if I had a gun to my head right now and someone said, you can only have one offer, my offer would be to beauty owner. Do you know what I mean? I have the system that gets you to 20K a month. Then you can splinter them. If someone's wanting to get to 20K a month, but they're under 8K, that's cool. You sell them into the money method rather than selling them through. But even at this point of contact right now, I would probably run it nice and simply. This is an experiment of an episode. This is giving you a seat in a private consultation as I help a coach be able to build their business. Now, I currently charge 4K for a consult and you get this for free. Why? Because this is going to be showing you and giving you the thinking process, the steps, the frameworks that I use with partners, with businesses to be able to unlock what it is that's holding them back, the constraints that are stopping them from being able to grow and earn more money so that they are able to be able to build the businesses that they're ultimately wanting to be able to build. And if this episode is helpful, please let me know. I want to know if you want me to keep doing these.
I help independent beauty business owners who are struggling to grow, to get more clients and earn more money.
Amazing. How much do you sell whatever it is that you're selling?
Now do group coaching for the sort of the solo smaller end to get them from around $3,000 a month up to $8,000 a month.
Yep.
Beyond that, at the moment, the only thing I do is one-to-one beyond that. But I want to shift that one-to-one more into a group coaching type thing, because I found I really enjoy that, get great results. But it's that kind of transition from when they're small, I can pretty much cookie cutter give them what they need. But beyond that, it's becomes a lot more prescriptive, and I've been kind of struggling to find out how to do that as a group rather than the very specific focus one-to-one that up to now I feel like it's taken.
So if I'm a beauty salon owner and let's say I'm at 8K a month now, what is the typical next goal that I want to get to? Like, what is it that your clients are saying that they want to achieve?
Beyond 8K, it's usually that kind of $250,000. So
yeah, let's call it like 25K a month,
20K.
for example.
Yeah.
How much do you sell the group coaching at the moment for?
The group coaching at the moment is £800.
A month or just straight off?
No, one off, $1,000 one off.
Gotcha.
The course is designed to last about 8 weeks. Obviously, you get some people who take a little bit longer. So we give them a 4-week grace period to get them where they need to get to. And then that's kind of they should have everything in place and be set free.
Amazing. Okay. And then let's say I complete the 8 to 12 week course and I level, what's the next price point I'm moving into?
The next price point after that is my sort of 3-month one-to-one, which is about $2,500.
If I finish that 3 months, what continues on after that?
Nothing really at the moment.
Okay. I just fall off.
Sometimes, sometimes people extend it by another 3 months if they feel like they're still, getting that kind of level of value and growth from it. But to be honest, beyond 6 months, I'm kind of that's kind of it. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay, great. So is it a case of they've gotten to the result that they've come to you for, or is it a case of, let's be perfectly honest, I don't know how to get you to the next thing, so that's where my skill set, that's where my knowledge, that's where my, do you know what I mean?
It's probably more the latter. It's like I've probably got as far as you can without really kind of getting totally into your business. We probably pushed it as far as we can at that point. And to be honest, that's the point I have the most fun in, is that kind of 3 to 20K a month zone. Beyond that, you're talking about opening up usually additional salons, taking on much bigger team members. That's not the kind of bit that I enjoy doing.
No, look, there's no dramas with that. Like, let's say I'm great at getting someone to 8 to a few 8 figures. Do you mean if someone is like, hey, I want to get to 100 mil a year, I'm not the person, because I have not done that myself and I don't have that skill set of experience. Do you know what I mean? So I totally appreciate you saying that. So, okay, great. You're the dude that takes them from 3 to 20K a month, for example.
Yeah.
Amazing. What hoops do I have to jump? What is the process that I have to do so that I can give you money?
So the smaller program, which we call the money method, that's onboarded starts by some sort of post, an attention grabber. They comment on that. We reach out, quick messenger conversation to qualify whether they're right for the program or not. Straight from there, immediately send them the details, follow up on Messenger usually, and then they join from there. Some people, if I feel like they're right for it, but on the edge and a bit wobbly, I might just chuck in a quick 10-minute conversation just to make sure, get any doubts out of them if I feel it'll move them forward a bit quicker. One-to-one is 100% done by application process, and then an initial call to weed out the crazies, and then follow-up call, again, just to set expectations, make a plan on that call so we know what we're doing moving forward. And then if they want to move forward after that, it's a straightforward sign up and get going.
What's the percentage of people that would get onto a call with you that you would be like, oh, this person isn't qualified for the one-to-one?
Probably about 30%.
Okay, great. How many applications are you getting average roughly per month right now?
Very up and down. It's annoyingly sporadic for the one-to-one. Yes, could I be more consistent in my own output that I put out there? Definitely. However, when I am being consistent with that, it seems like you'll suddenly get a glut of applications and then suddenly none for a week, 10 days. And then you'll get one, and then maybe you'll get 4 in a day. That's the frustrating part that I can't seem to quite figure out. It's all over the place especially with the one-to-ones.
Gotcha. Okay. So how many, let's say in the last 30 days, how many applications did you get?
In the last 30 days, 4.
Okay,
Obviously
great.
Christmas put a big
How
dent
many
in that.
how many second calls do you have out of those 4?
All 4.
Great. And how many closes?
3.
Sweet. At the one-on-one level?
Yeah.
Bingo. How are you trying to get leads at the moment? How is it that I know that you are alive and that you solve this problem?
A number of methods. One is the top kind of organic one is probably my podcast, Beauty Business Podcast. So people kind of discover that however they discover podcasts. I have a free group online, which people tend to find or be recommended into when they come and join in there. Various different articles, YouTube channel that's floating around the web. And then probably the biggest single draw is Facebook ads. I have a particularly good lead magnet that's out there in the world. It's kind of the only continuous ad that we run. That probably brings in about between 15 and 20 leads, unqualified leads, but 15 to 25 leads a day.
A day? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and in that lead magnet, let's say I'm on Facebook, I click your ad. Is it a lead form ad or does it drive me to a landing page?
No, it's a pure lead ad, keeping it simple.
Great. So it collects name, number, email.
We added phone number just in the last 6 weeks. We just were playing with it, and we thought, because we'd noticed our return rates on the email nurture sequence that we follow up with had dropped quite significantly, and we were sort of seeing it. We don't think it was making it into inboxes, so we're like, what else could we do? So we tested putting the phone number in there. I thought it would massively make the ads drop, but it didn't at all. In fact, if anything, it maybe made them mildly cheaper. So we've made that terrible mistake. We've started collecting the phone number, but as yet, I haven't actually started doing anything with it.
It's all right. You're not the only person to have done that. Okay, that's fine. Let me just share something right now. I'm just going to pull up a template acquisition map. So when I think of a coaching business, I think of this is the engineered process that I would kind of want to take someone through. This is very similar to you right now. Let's just think through a couple of things just so we can get finite. So on the left-hand side, we've got lead generation. For you right now, ads are doing the heavy lifting. Yes, we've got the podcast. Yes, we might have some other things, but like as a predictable machine that's bringing in leads, let's just say we've got ads. The next thing, if you look at the 3 dark blue boxes, we've got VSL funnel, a quiz funnel, a monthly event. Now, you've got a lead magnet. Let's just call it the VSL for now. Okay. Like we can make some changes to that, but let's just say you've got a lead magnet funnel that's then driving people to book a call. Now, because you are now collecting phone number, which I'm happy that you are, you want to have email nurture and outbound follow-up as the nurturing processes to then get them back into the call. So you'll see everything is driving to the call application. If they're qualified, then they book in a time with you. Do you know what I mean? You go through the application funnel. Do you know what I mean? 1, 2, skip a few, collect payment, onboard them into the program. If they do not qualify, then you can sell them into the lower end program that you're currently doing already through the DMs. I think for ease and just because of the lack of lead flow that you have now, I would probably just be directing everyone to a call application and then divvying them off, whether they actually get onto a call or whether you take them through the DM process. Does that make sense so far?
Does make sense. Mine kind of works slightly the other way around. The lead ad is more to bring people into the group coaching program first, and then some people who come in there self-identify themselves, usually by saying something like, I find I don't work well in a group, I need some one-to-one help, and they kind of then almost send themselves
and they'll ascend up. Okay, perfect. No, there's no dramas with that. So I would say number 1 is I would continue testing your lead magnet offer, and I would splinter it into what is the offer that's best going to resonate with the market that's under 8K a month. And secondly, what is the offer that is best going to resonate with the beauty owners that above 8 want to get to 20? So you've got,
So
let's just say less than 8K, and then you've got, do you know what I mean, 8 to 20K offer.
So the second sort of ad that's more with a lead magnet aimed at them.
Correct. If I had a gun to my head right now and someone said, you can only have one, Chris, like one offer, my offer would be to beauty owner. Do you know what I mean? I have the system that gets you to 20K a month. And like that's a basic premise of it, right? Because then you can splinter them. If someone's wanting to get to 20K a month, but they're under 8K, that's cool. You sell them into the money method. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Bingo. You sell them into that one rather than selling them through. But even at this point of contact right now, I would probably run it nice and simply.
That makes sense. I've suspected that the lead magnet I've got, although it performs really well in getting leads, it's almost aimed at people like right at the very beginning. And I've sort of suspected the reason that it's not been converting as well as maybe it used to do is because a lot of brand new people are coming in and they're almost not yet at the ready, even ready to spend money.
So they're under the 3K mark. They're at the
they're sort of under the maybe 1K a month and sort of like they're looking for the free information. Some of them obviously go, do you know, this guy knows what he's talking about. Let's look at his paid stuff. But I'm thinking maybe I need to kind of even lift that lead magnet up slightly higher so it's aimed at people a bit more than I've just literally opened today kind of thing.
Okay, great. So I would, if it were me, I would let the creative and the copy of the ad do the heavy lifting for me. And I would position it around, if you're already here and you want to get to here, this is for you. Are you stone cold broke and you want me to get you some money? Like, do you mean like it's not fun doing that? So let them qualify themselves through what that actual offer is. One of the first books I used as a lead magnet, which was an amazing lead magnet for us, was a book that I named Your First 100 Clients. If I had my time again, I would have called it Your Next 100 Clients. Just positioning the difference between what was going there. So I think that's perfectly fine. Okay. How many leads do you have in your email system right now, for example?
A little over 7,000.
Amazing. Okay. So why are we not booking leads from that pool of leads that we've got at the moment? What's going on there?
Sorry, we do. We run, so every 18 days, hand-raising email goes out to them, usually a 9-word email. Those tend to perform really, really well, just kind of re-picking in there. So if they've come in, gone through the nurture sequence, dropped straight into the email list and not taken any action, every 18 days, they're getting an email going, hey, do you still want help with clients? Amazing result. I've just got this for this client. If you want the same thing, start a conversation. So that is going out, and actually that is probably where the strongest calls come from because they've been in the world for a little bit.
Yeah, they've been in your ecosystem for a while.
Yeah. So that's why that thing of kind of coming up with a very simple ROI on ads is difficult because they may come in through ads, but then they kind of go around the pool for a bit and it might be something else that triggers them to then take action. So
100%,
in terms
100%. A lot of partners, when I first come in, there's a sticking position or a gentle argument that we might have. And that's a case of when it comes to attribution, I'm not trying to create a system where it's, I run an ad, I get an opt-in, I get them to book in straight away, I get them on a call in 24 hours, and then I sell them. And like this, the selling cycle is a 48-hour selling cycle. Now, we do have that working in some businesses where they're like, it's great. We can turn them around really quickly, but I don't want that to just be, if they don't sell, then do you mean I'm forgotten them forever? If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But real quick, if you are a coach or consultant who wants to be able to build a self-growing business without bloated team, a big ad budget, or working more than 3 hours a day, then make sure that you hit subscribe. Because everything I share here is built for founders just like you. Because it's likely that you are done chasing bigger and ready to build better. So let's get back to it. So a couple of things let's talk lead nurture right now, okay? When it comes to lead nurture, you said every 18 days they're getting, let's say, a 9-worder getting sent out to them. Please tell me they're getting something in between those 18 days.
Yes, they are. They get 2 emails a week.
Okay, 2 emails a week. Fantastic. What are those emails? Like, what's the kind of premise of what that system would be?
So one email a week will be a pure sort of inspiration drop, idea, something they can try. That email doesn't even have an ask on it. That's kind of pure give. The other email is usually an invite to that week's live training or last week's live training as a replay, or telling them about next week's live training that's going on. So we try and do a live training. I want to say every 2 weeks, but it tends to be more like every 3 weeks. But yeah, so that's kind of introduce a topic, Here's why it's important to you. Here's what you're going to get out of it. Here's an invite to next week's training. Get them signed up for that. And obviously, if they do sign up for that, that triggers a couple of extra emails because we feel like, well, they're ready to take action on something by doing this. Can we get them to take action sooner by booking a call with us?
Okay. My suggestion, and I just say this from what I see working right now, is if we come back to here, I see a lot of coaches do this where it's like their email system, their content machine is I do a live training every single week, and then I'm continuously trying to push my lead list, my Facebook group, all of that stuff to this live training. I feel like a lot of them are missing the mark and probably making life too hard for themselves. What we've seen worked really well is have one live training per month. So that's the monthly event.
Okay.
So when we come down here, I was like, this is the monthly event that you're going to have. You can drive cold traffic to it. You drive warm traffic to it, but it's once a month. So one, it takes a load off you. You don't have to show up and do your jazz hands every single week. So it makes it a lot easier. However, during the other 3 weeks of the month, drive them to your YouTube or your podcast and be like, here is the training for this week. Do you mean like, here is the episode for this week. Here is this high value thing you do not want to miss because I'm solving this problem that you desperately have. But make your life easy and do it through your YouTube and or podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Full transparency right now, what we're about to rolling out, like with myself, like with the Rainmakers, is there'll be one workshop per month. There'll be $100 to attend. I'm just going to make it some dead easy price. I don't want it to be free, but I don't want it to be expensive. $100 workshop to get on, to be able to ask, hey, here's what's working right now. Here's this fantastic thing. Go and deploy it yourself. The rest of it is, here's the YouTube, here's a podcast. I'm just going to give you my best shit as we go through this process. And then the email, the content, all of that jazz goes directly to those things. Then those are going to be able to lead them into the sales process if they see fit what that next step is going to be from there. For you, it's just going to be drive to the call, right? So the call to actions in your YouTube and in your podcast is drive to the call.
Book a call. Yeah,
exactly right. Which leads me to my third thing that I wanted to bring up, which is if I just bumped into you onto the street, I go, Adam, what is it that you do? You give me your spiel. And then you're like, oh, I am a beauty owner and you know you can solve my problem. How would you pitch to me to get onto a call with you?
Well, I would ask you a couple of questions. You know, what's your current revenue at the moment? Roughly how available are you? That's a big trigger for a lot of beauty business owners. You know, how much availability do you have? Because, you know, if I'm going to help you get clients, I need to be able to know that you've got space to take clients on. So I'd be like, great, I'm starting a group next week, or I'm starting a group in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be working with a small group of business owners. We're going to put everything in place that you need to get to the next stage in your business. If that sounds interesting, I've got a one-page help sheet that'll explain everything. Can I send that to you? What's the best way to do that?
Okay, gotcha. Is there any direct get on a call with me for me to show you X, for you to know how to solve Y or anything like that?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, cool. Why would I want to get onto a call with you? What's the problem that you're going to solve? Or what's the reason why I'm going to make the time and effort to talk to a stranger on the internet?
Okay, cool. So the promise of the call is we're going to look at what you're doing now in terms of your sales and your marketing, your client getting activities through the lens of my process, which is called actors, attract, convert, treat, sale, scale, and deliver. We're going to look at it through that. We're going to look at what's possible for you over the next 60, 90 days, the things that you need to focus on and kind of unblock any roadblocks that are in your way.
Awesome. So let's work on the pitch of the call. And because at the end of the day, last month you had 4 calls and made 3 sales. So the easiest thing that I want to be able to do is simply going to go, all right, I just need to get you more calls right now because I'm quite confident that you can then close them and then make more money. Like, let's go from there. So we're kind of reverse engineering backwards. There's the actual offer to get onto a call. There is the offer to get into your ecosystem list that then gets them the offer to the call. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like we're taking it backwards. So to get people onto a call with you, it's more of a case of kind of how I framed this conversation that we're having now is, hey, Adam, really simply, what we're going to do now is we're going to figure out where you are, where you're stuck, where you want to go, and what's the straightest line for you to be able to get there in the 90 days. Is that cool? Cool. Great. Cool. So it's almost like to a beauty owner, do you mean get on this call so we can figure out what problems are you having, where are you stuck, what are the goals of your business, and what's going to be the straightest plan for you to be able to achieve that. Cool. Something along those lines.
No doubt.
most likely going to be of the case. I would love you to think about systemizing your system. Like you said, there was the actors method, for example. Try and distill that down so that's really simple for me to grasp and understand that you have this system. You're not selling yourself, you're selling this system, and I just need to be able to get access to the system. And this thing is going to do X, Y, Z. And then obviously in that conversation, you just easily want to articulate how that actually works and to cover a key couple of things. So to cover those key couple of things, what are the biggest objections that you are facing, or what are the biggest reasons why you think people aren't buying your stuff?
The real ones or the ones they give me?
No, good question, but both.
So the ones I get are usually cost money. Yeah. It's too expensive, can't afford that. So the way we deal with that is I always talk about the big price. I always talk about $1,000 when talking to people. As soon as I get that objection, we throw in there, well, actually, we don't ask people to pay up front. We get them to pay $100 a week over the 10 weeks that we're working together.
Yeah,
that tends to move move people over. Although interestingly, you say this, that is in the document that I send out to people to cover what the program is. It does say the price first, and then the very next line is literally, but we have a payment plan. For the amount of people I follow up with and then go, oh, I didn't have $1,000 at the time. They literally don't see it. They see the price and stop.
So totally. They will go blind to it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the amount of people I've gone, did you see there was a payment plan? They went, oh no, I didn't. And then they're like, yeah, I'm in. Great. So, which is crazy. Some people do say time, they come back and they go, well, how much time am I going to need to spend working on this each week? Usually when I explain, it's between 60 and 90 minutes. For most people, I think that's okay. But some people have come back and gone, no, I just don't have that time at the moment, which is kind of always a bit weird to me. It's really that. And I guess they never say it, but doubt that it's going to work. So we put a guarantee in place to kind of try and move those people across, which honestly hasn't moved the needle massively in terms of
what is it? What's the risk reversal at the moment?
So the risk reversal at the moment is we have an initial 14-day money back, no questions asked. So if you come in and you just don't like the sound of my voice on the trainings, or you can't stand hanging out with me, just tell me. We'll give you all your money back up to that point. And if after 12 weeks you have essentially you've implemented everything that we've told you to implement, got to the end of the program, done all the bits and are taking the activities, if you still haven't made $1,000 more per month after putting it all in place, will either give you that $1,000, which is obviously slightly more than they paid for the program, or will work with you one-to-one until you do.
Okay, great. So, okay, good. I literally had a call this morning with one business, and we've just implemented what you just said at the latter, which is the risk reversal is achieve X result by Y time, or we'll coach you for free until you do. Now, your risk reversal probably took about 60 seconds to try and explain. It was a bit here, there, and everywhere, and which is why it's just like, let's make it really simple and succinct, which is a case of the cost of the programs. So is it a case of they're earning $1,000 more a month than they are currently?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So your guarantee something along the lines of add $1,000 a month of income by 12 weeks in 12 weeks, or we will coach you for free until you do.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So time, when someone gives you a time objection, what is the solution for that?
Honestly, at the moment, I don't really have one, because the fact is to do it in the 12 weeks, it's going to take 60 to 90 minutes.
90 minutes per week. Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Okay. Amazing. Okay. So there's no dramas there.
So yeah. So if they give me the time objection there, I'm like, well, it's not, I can't do convincing. I can't magic up some extra time. Well, maybe I can, but to me at that point, that feels like it's an excuse for a no. They just don't want to do it. And I don't want to start persuading people.
Okay, perfect. So if anything, prior to the actual sales conversation, I want 3 messages to kind of be incepted into them before they get there. One of them is going to be, we use the pay-as-you-profit model. You do not pay us a large lump of money straight off the bat because we're not douchebags, we're nice people, right? That could be number 1. Number 2 is you only need to dedicate 90 minutes per week to be able to follow our system. If you can find 90 minutes in a whole entire week, how many hours are there in a week? A lot. Do you know what I mean? If you can find 90 minutes out of the 170 or whatever hours a week there is, then you will be able to use our system really easily. And then lastly, we guarantee that you will add $1,000 of month income in the next 12 weeks, or we will coach you for free until you do. Now, to be honest, you said it was a 800 quid price point for the group at the moment for the 8-week program. You can be selling that through DMs, no qualms, no problems whatsoever. I can probably plug this right now. The first $100 workshop that I'll be doing is actually going through the, like what I call the $1 million DM method, which is how we're using DMs just to sell. I mean, in one business, we're doing over 170K USD a month in just being able to do that. And I'm just going to give the scripting and the actual Google Doc that does the actual sales page as well. Once I've got that too, I'll send that through. So just keep an eye out for it and I'll just send it straight through. You're not going to pay the $100 or anything like that, but I'll send that through so you can just like swipe and deploy that stuff. So that's really simple. Let's nutshell this right now. Okay. There's 4 major things that you're going to work on, Adam, that I would like you to work on, Adam. Let's go backwards. The first one is going to be the incepting them, the cost, time, and trust aspects of your sales pitch. Yeah. Most likely that just really has to be in the Google Doc that they're sent of what the actual offer is. It wouldn't hurt if you sprinkle that stuff in your content as well. 2 is going to be, I want you to refine the pitch for your call. Why someone is going to get onto a call. I mean, we just had another call before with JP. His offer that we came to was something along the lines of like, jump on a demo call with me and I'll show you how to add 100K of profit a month. Something along those lines, right? So it's not a strategy session. It's not a discovery call. It's not a profit plan call or whatever names people start coming up with. Like the change of perspective, the change of angle is, I'm going to demonstrate to you my system for how this is going to work to you. That's one angle that you can take. Another thing as well, this is just sidebar right now. A lot of coaches are only having one super mediocre vanilla offer for a call. Change it up. Like literally just put the shit in a different wrapping and just keep changing the wrapping. So like for the month of January, you might have, I'm just pushing a demo call. Do you know what I mean? For the month of February, you might come up with something, the 20K plan call, right? For the month of March, you might come up with 1K guarantee call. Like, see how we're changing the wrapping, we're changing the offer for it, because the problem is you're getting 15 to 20 leads every single day coming in. But the problem is they're getting offer fatigue because you keep saying the one goddamn same message of this one thing that they need to do.
Book a scale session. Yeah.
Exactly. So if I say no to a scale session when you first offer it to me, if you keep peppering me with that message, I'm just going to crack the shits and be like, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to continue this up. Third project is going to be the lead nurture process. When someone comes in, I want you to really refine the emails. Don't have to get them onto a live training every single week. Make your life easier. Use SMS. Ideally, give the person a call as they come through. Like try and have more of an outbounding, more of a touch point process with them. Number 1, the lead magnet offer. Dial in what that pitch is for the lead magnet, which is a premise of something about this is the key pain point you have. And also you're the person, like you are the person, Adam, in the world that gets beauty owners to 20K a month.
Okay.
Wrap that bow around it. Does that help?
Perfect. Thank you.
Has this been good today?
This has been amazing. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Amazing.
So much.
Do me a favor, keep me up to speed with how everything goes. I'm super interested and I want to make sure that you're absolutely crushing it. Keep eye with and just flick me a message so I can just send that to you, but I haven't made it yet. So I've got to actually like finish making everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing your success, brother. This has been fun.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Cheers, Chris.
Thank you, bro. Ciao.
All right, that's it for today. And if this did hit home for you today, and if you are building a business that's meant to give you more money and more freedom, then I want you to be able to do 2 things before you go. 1, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because it'll be a bummer if you missed out on everything else to come. Number 2, grab the link in the description and be able to book in your free demo so you can see the exact systems, the exact process, and you can be able to install it inside of your business. Because remember, this channel is for coaches and creators who want a daily income, simple systems, and to be able to take time off. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.